Happy Thanksgiving, boys and girls. Today, Parker has joined me and Scruffy. Oh, Scruffy, he is smelling the sweet potatoes. We are going to make for you a holiday tradition. That means something that we have done for years and years for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the fourth Thursday of every November, and this year it is November the 26th. So, Scruffy, you think we should start this out? So I asked Parker to come today because we make this recipe since he was little, probably like 7 or 8 years old. I want to show you the recipe card. So my mom wrote those words, and my mom lives in heaven now, but you know what? Every year when we make this sweet potato casserole, I think of her. I think of my grandmother who used to make it for her and for me when I was a little girl. And that's kind of what traditions are. Traditions are things that we do year after year. And so when Parker was probably 7 or 8, he started helping me with some of our Thanksgiving recipes. And so if you notice this card, it kind of looks kind of yucky. There's like brown sugar on it. I think I spilled some vanilla on it. Maybe my grandmother even spilled some sweet potatoes on it a long, long time ago. But that's what makes the recipe special. Last week when we were driving around the mountains, we talked about how songs like "She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain," it can give you a memory. And a lot of times on Thanksgiving and at Christmas, people will make recipes that remind them of people that they can't see anymore. And so that's one of the things that we're gonna do today for my mom and my Nana who used to make this for me. So Parker, what do we have here? Scruffy is gonna come sit.
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes.
And we have us a knife and a fork to mix it all up. And we have a measuring cup and a big old bowl to mix up all of our ingredients so that it can become tasty.
And now, are they raw or are they cooked?
They are cooked. So we've actually baked these sweet potatoes for about 20 or 25 minutes so that they can get all soft and they're not as hard and firm as they were when they were in the ground. But that just makes it makes it easier for us to mix them up and make a casserole with it.
Okay, so you start scooping those out, and it says we need 3 cups. So on a measuring cup, it has lots of different numbers, and it'll tell you 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups. So Parker is gonna peel these potatoes, and he's gonna smash them down in there. And let me see, let's see, so my recipe says 3 cups of sweet potatoes, 1 cup of sugar, 2 eggs, slippery
They
suckers.
do get slippery.
2 eggs beaten, a half a cup of melted butter, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1/3 cup milk. So we're gonna squish all that down. Oh, look at him smashing it. Well, that's kind of fun. Cooking is really fun.
It is.
Especially when you do it with somebody that's pretty cool like Parker. Parker's also pretty silly. Y'all haven't known that about him too much, but he is almost as silly as Miss Susan. Almost. We are definitely the silly people in our family, right?
That's right.
That's right, we are.
All right, so we want to mash these down and see how many cups we have so far. I think we got about 2 cups. Oh, we're almost there. So we're gonna make about one or a half more sweet potato.
You can give a little bit extra if we need to.
That's right. So, but this one looks like I'm gonna have to do some aluminum foil's coming up on me. Looks like we're gonna have to do some.
Oh, just give it a good smash between your fingers. You always wash your hands before you start cooking.
That's right.
Parker's wearing his hat.
Right.
His cooking hat. Okay, smash.
That's right. I'm not fork. Ugh, hurt my finger. All right. Now we get all that smashed down in there. And we see how much we have. I think we're gonna be over 3 cups, but that's okay.
It's
we can always
generous portion. Sometimes you give a little bit extra love.
So we've got almost 4 cups there, so we're gonna need to put just a splash more of everything more than what we have said in the recipe. So we're gonna dump
that
this
in.
in here.
So we'll be back in just a little bit. I'm gonna melt some butter, and then we'll be about ready to stir it all together and put it in the oven.
All right, so me and Jaden are gonna crack our eggs. We got some eggs, and we're gonna crack our 2 eggs. Look at that, just like that. We're gonna.
Jaden, do you like to crack eggs?
Yeah.
That's her favorite part. And when it says you got to beat them up, right?
So yeah, so it says that we have to beat them up. It says we have to beat them up. So I'm just gonna take a little fork and just in the bowl. Just kind of swish them around until it all becomes the same color and you don't see the yolk anymore. So that is a beaten egg right there. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to tip it too much.
You did great. And you didn't get any shells in it, did you?
No, we're good.
Okay.
Too late to check for that.
Too late to check for that. The lucky person who chomps down on the eggshell. All right.
Yep, so that's that.
Wait, so now we got to melt some butter, right?
That's right. So we're still gonna melt our butter.
Okay, so we'll come back to you in a minute after the butter's
So
melted.
this, boys and girls, is what happens when you try to shove too much butter in a cup. You see how it's melted over?
Uh-oh.
So that we made a little mess here in the kitchen because we put too much butter to melt in the microwave and it melted over a little bit. So we had to compensate for that and put a little bit more butter in there. But as you can see, we have all of our ingredients.
Oh, like a real cooking show. Look at there.
Look at there. And we have
The
our
good vanilla.
That's
Oh,
right.
the good vanilla today.
So
for
we're just gonna
Thanksgiving.
get all this. We're just gonna get all of this in the mixture, right? So we want to start with our eggs because if we put our eggs in and then our butter in right after it, it'll actually cook the eggs, and we don't want that to happen. So we're gonna put our eggs in first, so that we can give our. We can go ahead and put our sugar. Look how much sugar that is. Lots and lots of sugar. We have our 3rd cup of milk right there. We're gonna stir this together real quick.
Oh, Parker, you know what? That is my Meemaw spoon. Show them that spoon.
Look at
Parker
that.
never got to meet Meemaw, but that's another beautiful memory I have. A lot of times I'll pull out a spoon, and I have spoons from some people, special people that I've loved through the years, and my Meemaw spoon is one of those. So that gives me a happy memory when we stir it. So he's stirring up his sweet
Slowly
potatoes.
put our butter in there, Mom.
I can. Is it still hot?
I think it should be good.
It's
Is it
stuck.
pretty hot?
It's stuck to the thing. Okay, so I'm gonna drizzle that in.
I'm just gonna stir it
Come on,
in
Parker.
slowly.
What do they say? The butter makes it better.
Butter makes it better.
Butter
That's
makes
right.
it better. Oops.
Sorry, oopsies.
We have another. Oh, somebody's gonna get a big old mouthful of butter.
Got a stick up?
Okay. Up, plop.
All right.
So, Parker, what is your favorite? So, this sweet potato casserole, I'm gonna move this. It has 2 parts. What's your favorite part, Parker?
Oh man, that's a hard choice,
It
Mom.
has a
but-
bottom, and then it's going to have a top. It has what we call, it has what we call a topping.
Don't put that in the sink.
Don't put what it is saying.
So we're gonna need to melt some more butter.
Oh, we do. More butter. More butter makes it more better.
That's right.
So Parker has stirred this, and for the next part in just a
Hold on,
minute.
we can't forget about our vanilla.
Oh, does the vanilla go in the bottom part? It does. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Get our little teaspoon. Remember how I told you that we made a little bit too many sweet potatoes, so we're just gonna let that drizzle off just a little bit.
and give it another little love taste. There we go. Perfect.
There we go.
Okay. Thank you.
There we go. All right, so we're gonna make sure that vanilla is in there good, and it smells.
Oh, that smells really good.
It smells so good.
Okay, so let's put that in the bottom of that casserole. Oh, I have some fun spatulas, Parker. Look at my little chickens, Jaden. I have a chicken spatula, and an egg spatula, and then I have a finger spatula. When you lick your finger, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Parker,
All
since
right.
it's a special day, which one would you like to use?
I think I want the egg.
The egg. Oh, this is a
Egg.
small one.
Hold on. Trade. There we go.
Okay.
So just gonna let that kind of plop in the pan right there. We're gonna take our egg and just go around and scrape the
Hold it so
inside.
she
Yeah,
can
please
see it.
hold it. So we're just gonna go around and scrape the inside of the bowl so we can get all of the goodness that we just made into the casserole dish. This is
And on top of the bar. It's all good.
it's all good. We having fun. Look at that. Look at that. I'm sorry. It's important not to miss a single morsel of
Sweet potato
sweet
goodness.
potato. There we go.
Okay, now.
Looking
take
pretty
your-
good. Now we're just gonna go. We're gonna spread it out evenly in the casserole dish, just like that.
Ooh, his inner chef is coming out.
That's right. I've made this many, many, many times. So
You know, the cool thing about traditions is, like, this year, Parker will turn 18, so he is about to graduate from high school and go off to college. But because this has become a tradition, I know that in 30 years, Parker will probably make it with his kids. So that's what tradition is all about. So we're going to be back with you in just a little bit. We've got a couple of pecans to chop, some more pecans. We've got to melt a little bit more butter and get some brown sugar and flour. So we'll show you our ingredients, and that'll be our last step before we put it in the oven. So now we are to our last step, and we're going to make the topping. And so we have, let's see, brown sugar, Parker. So put your brown sugar in there.
right here.
Okay. We have flour. It says a half a cup of brown sugar and a fourth a cup of flour.
There we go.
And then we have 2.5 tablespoons of melted butter, which we ran over the side again in the microwave. We'll have to clean that up with some dishwashing detergent.
Yarn. And then we have our pecans.
Or pecans, depending on where you live. Right? Pecans.
I think it's pecans,
Okay.
but that's just me.
So he's gonna stir it. Jaden, come on over here and get so that you can watch it. And now he has Aunt Alice's special memory spoon. We're stirring it up with our brown sugar and our pecans. Ugh, that looks pretty good.
Make sure we don't have any loose flour in there, so no. So you should be mainly getting your color from your pecans and your brown sugar.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna move this, and then you stay right there and
Come on now. All right.
so you take
And now we're gonna take our topping. We're just gonna kind of drizzle it on top and be generous, you know, because the topping is really what makes it good.
I think we made enough to make it
Sweet. I think we
all
did.
across the
I
top.
think we did. Hopefully, we'll
'Cause-
see. It'll be a little light, but that's all right.
Sometimes Parker and I make double the topping because we just love it so much.
We probably should have done it this time.
This year it's been hard to find pecans in the grocery store. They were out, so we have had to be a little bit more
Yeah, look at that. We're
frugal.
gonna
Oh, it's gonna be
cover it.
perfect.
Look at that. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, would you like to take this special spreader?
No,
Oh.
that's all right.
Whoop, whoop. All right. Sorry. Have a little Thanksgiving
There we
glee.
go.
So Parker, Scruffy and I, like, there's a very famous song. He's gonna come back now that I didn't want him to lick the butter off the. I know you're a mess, Scruffy. But there's a song that that I remember from a long time ago about Thanksgiving, and so every time we think about Thanksgiving, I think about over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go to eat our sweet potato casserole. The horse knows the way to carry the sleigh through the white and drifted snow. So we don't use horses anymore, and it's not snowing, so it's just one of those happy memory songs. So let me start again, sorry. Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. The horse knows the way to carry the sleigh through the white and drifted snow. Over the river and through the woods, oh how the wind does blow. It bites the toes and stings the nose as over the ground we go. I think that's right. Don't quote me on that, we'll see. But that's one of the songs that I remember at Thanksgiving. Is there a song that you think of when you think of Thanksgiving?
I think of Zach Brown. I don't think of any particular song. Maybe chicken fried. I like some chicken fried because even though we eat turkey on Thanksgiving, it talks about how we are so fortunate to be where we are in life and how we're thankful for the things that we have. So I like Zach Brown on Thanksgiving.
Oh, there you go. Scruffy, that's a good. Oh, what do you think? Oh, you're ready to sing him your song? Okay. So he's gonna sing you a new song for today, and it's gonna sound something like this. Now we just made casserole, casserole, casserole. Now we just made casserole. Thank you, Parker and Jaden. Casserole, 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 casserole. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Bye, y'all. Thank you for joining us. We will bring you back when we take it out of the oven, because right now we're waiting in line because the turkey has to finish. So once we get a spot in the oven for our sweet potato casserole, we will come back and let you see what it looks like when it's all done. Thank you so much.
Bye, boys and girls.
So my timer went off, and look at that sweet potato goodness. We did a good job working together, didn't we? Holiday traditions are fun. So boys and girls, one of the things that is important on Thanksgiving is that we take a time to think about things that we are thankful for. And 2020, even though you're young, you need to know that it's been a really hard year. And we are taking time today just to stop and think about our blessings and being thankful for what we have. And one of the things that I'm thankful for is I have a new pet. I have a puppy. She used to be small, but now she's big. But she looks a lot like Scruffy. And Scruffy is a sheepdog. And Alice, right here, Alice is a sheep-a-doodle. That means she's a sheepdog, like Scruffy, and she's a poodle. So we got her in the spring, and she spent a lot of days with us while we were in quarantine and we couldn't go anywhere. As you can tell, she's really chill. It's hard to see her. You can't hardly see her eyes. There they are, they're under there. But just like Scruffy, she has hair in her eyes most of the time. But Alice also can do a prayer. She likes to say her prayers. So today we thank you for being our blessing. Let's see if she'll say her prayers for us. Alice, show them your prayers. Say your prayers, Alice. Alice, say your prayers. Ready? You say prayers. Oh. Thank you, Alice. So you are our blessings today. We want to thank the Cabarrus Arts Council and the Early Childhood Foundation of Cabarrus County for helping us come into your house today and cook and talk about traditions for Thanksgiving. And Scruffy and Alice and I would like to say goodbye, boys and girls. Hope you have a good week. Bye, boys and girls. Bye, Alice.